Hey guys, welcome back. Coach Scotty Walden, co-OC, wide receivers coach here at Southern Miss. Continuing our system here, building the wide receivers up from point A to point Z. We're taking you all the way through it and really excited to do this for the Glazier Clinics. And we're going to talk today about a really important aspect. Probably the first thing fundamentally we talk about is our stance and our start and our read-release system, okay? So this is, again, talking about how we build our releases. I'm going to get into our read-release system, but everything starts with a great stance. Okay, so we want to hit on that first in our start as well. Secondly, and then we want to talk about how we're going to release versus different DB techniques and the answer that we'll have for each of those techniques. And specifically today in this session, we're going to talk about press and press bail. Okay, so that's going to be what we focus on first as we get into it. Okay, so starting out with our stance. Okay, the most important thing, okay, that we do, all right, is our stance. Okay, that is number one, because if we don't have a great stance, then we're not going to be able to release. Okay, if we're high, all right, we don't understand our weight distribution, we don't understand pad leverage, okay, pad level, then we're not going to be effective. Okay, off the line of scrimmage. All right, so we want to make sure that we have a great stance. Number one. Okay, so a couple of key points here. Okay, so number one, all right. Knee over the toe. That's something we coach in our stance, knee over the toe. So we want to have a great body lean, okay? But we want the knee over the toe, okay, as opposed to the coaching point of shoulder over the toe. Because if we say shoulder over the toe, all right, a lot of times guys will have their shoulder over the toe, but they'll be leaning like this and their knee, okay, is straight out. He's not flexed, okay? So we want that knee over that toe to create that explosive position right there. Okay, knee over the toe, and that's naturally going to bring my shoulders, okay, over my toe as well. Okay, so now we've got great body lean, and I've got an explosive stance to where I can power out, okay, right there, all right, and I can push off. So the main coaching point is knee over the toe, okay? Then I touched on that low body lean. We want that shoulder over that toe, okay? And we want to create that cannonball mentality, kind of like I'm wrapped up in a cannonball, and I'm ready to explode out, okay? I want to be explosive with my first step. Okay, so we have that cannonball mentality right there. Okay, now, as far as our hands go, okay, if we're playing a soft corner or a soft DB, all right, which in our brain, okay, we program that 5 yards and up. Okay, so if we got a guy who's 5 yards and up, all right, we're going to identify him as a soft corner, soft DB. Our hands are going to be down at our side. Okay, much like you see right here, okay, with Neil McLaurin. Okay, Neil McLaurin was a receiver for us last year, great receiver, great kid. He was 6'3", did a great job with his stance being low, okay? He's got his knee over his toe right here, okay? He's got an off DB, all right? He's got his hands down at the side. He's looking in at the ball, okay, for his indicator to take off on his route, okay? So the reason why we started to go to hands down at the side, okay, versus soft corner, okay, is because I used to let the guys kind of do what they wanted and kind of just relax a little bit. And a lot of them like to do this, lean on the thigh, whatever it is, look cool. And that's all great. I love looking cool. That's great. But, okay, what would happen to us in the fourth quarter, okay, a lot of times, we would be tired and we would start to lean, all right, on that thigh. So we weren't as explosive off the ball. So we want that guy to have his arms down at his side. Boom. If that DB's off and soft, okay, we're going to be dangling, okay, and we're going to have that knee over that toe and that cannonball mentality with our shoulders over our toe, okay? So we want to make sure that, again, our hands are in a proper position, okay, as well as our feet and our shoulders. Okay, now, versus press, okay, we want to have our hands up, okay, boxer mentality. All right, so I've got my knee over my toe, my hands are down on my side, DB comes to press, okay, I want my hands up, boxer mentality, all right, right here, okay, hands to my chin, okay, that's the aiming point we get. We want hands to the chin, all right, because we want to guard that chin. We want, and here's the key deal, a lot of guys, they get lazy with this, and they'll come up and they'll say, Coach, my hands are up. Well, to me right here, your hands aren't up because that chest is still exposed. And remember, it's so imperative that we get a great release because DBs are trying to do what? They're trying to disrupt timing, okay, between you and the quarterback. And that's the main thing that can hurt you, okay, and that can hurt the passing game is the disruption of timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. DBs are going to do that by a couple of methods. They're going to do it with their hands, playing press. They're going to do it with their feet by playing catch. Okay, there's numerous ways they can do this. All right, but they're going to try to disrupt the timing in some form or fashion. Okay, and so if we allow that DB, okay, to hit our chest right here, our hands are down, okay, that's going to disrupt timing. Okay, that throws our route off just that much. Okay, that could be the difference between a sack and a completion. Okay, so it's imperative that we get off the line of scrimmage. Okay, and another thing, going into our start, okay, with the stance, okay, we like to have, okay, 80% of the weight on our front foot. Okay, so we got our knee over our toe. Okay, we got our shoulder lean, our cannonball mentality. Okay, and then we want to put about 80% of the weight on our front foot, but specifically on that big toe. Okay, the reason why is because your big toe is obviously your biggest toe, has got the most surface area. Put that energy into that big toe, and we can push off, okay, that big toe right there. Okay, so we've got a lot of the energy in that big toe, and that first step, boom, I'm going to push vertical, okay, right there. All right, now, in our start, we want to be a vertical threat every single snap, no matter if we're blocking, if we're running a hitch route, a slant route, a comeback, I don't care what it is, okay? We are going to be a vertical threat because we want that DB to feel pressure vertical. All secondary guys, all DB guys, the number one thing that they don't want to do when they step on that field is give up a what? A bomb, right, for a touchdown. We don't want to give up a bomb, coach. That's what we don't want to do at DB. So we want to threaten what they're trying to protect always, okay? So whether we're blocking or not, we don't want to give away a run pass, okay? We want that first step, that everything we do to be vertical, okay, starting out, okay? And I'm a big believer in that old Jerry Rice quote, okay? Everything's a vertical until it isn't, okay? Everything's a vertical until it isn't, okay? And that's something I talk to my guys a lot about. I think it's one of the best quotes out there, just about being a vertical threat every single time. But we want to press, okay, vertical as fast as we can, as hard as we can to get that DB to loosen up, okay? And then we can do whatever, break where we need to break and do what we need to do, okay? So as I'm here, all right, I've got 80% of the weight on that front foot, all right? My first step is vertical. Now, what you want to watch for as a coach, okay, with your stance and start drills, okay, or just watch it on tape as they stand and start, you want to make sure, okay, that they're not taking false steps, okay? We don't want to take false steps, all right? We want to make sure that we're not on that, we've got only about 40% on that front foot, and we're picking it up, putting it down, or picking it up, putting the back foot down, or we're stepping lateral right there, okay? We want everything to be vertical, okay? We want everything to be a vertical threat, all right? So the last thing with your stance, okay, and the start, going back to press, okay? And this is something I didn't do a great job of coaching last year that, again, you got to keep harping on and just stay on throughout the course of the year is the back foot. And I'm a big believer in this, okay? When you're getting pressed, okay, when we get pressed, we get that knee over that toe, all right, we got to tighten up that back foot. If my back foot is back here, okay, it's really, really wide, all right, then I'm going to be susceptible, okay, to press. And I'm going to be susceptible to getting the timing thrown off. If a press corner is right here in my face and my first step is taking me that long to come from back there to up here, too late. All right, he's won the time battle now. Okay, he's taken almost a second for me to release off the line. And I tell our guys, when you're talking about releases, okay, our job is to get off the line of scrimmage. Our job is not to stay here at the line of scrimmage and do anything lateral. Our job is to get the heck off. Okay, get off the line of scrimmage as fast as you can. It's like your feet, okay, are just on hot coals, man. You want to get off that spot as fast as possible. Your feet are on fire, okay? But the way that we can do that, okay, when we get pressed, is by tightening up that back foot, okay, having a good base right here, okay? So, again, my first step, all right, as I push, boom, I'm now, okay? Everything I'm doing, okay, is coming right now, all right? It's not taking a long time to go to point A to point B right there, okay? So that's a couple of really key components within our stance. Okay, so now talking about our read releases, okay, right here, okay? Talking about our read releases, all right? Our read release system. Now we've got a great stance going. We got a great start going. Now we're going to talk about how we're going to release, okay, versus various DB techniques, okay? So as we look at our read release system, okay, number one, it's a systematic approach, okay? And I believe this, guys. You got different types of receivers in your room. You got short scat guys who are the little slot receiver jitterbug guys. You've got the 6'1", skinny, long guy who might be a little twitchy, but he's long, skinny, not really strong. And then you've got the 6'5", even 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guys that are the bigger, okay, stronger wide receivers, all right? And each of those guys have a different skill set, okay? So you have to put tools in their tool belt to be successful. I don't think there's a blanket release that you can give everybody, and they can just get it, okay? But we do have a systematic approach that give our guys an initial, an initial system, an initial tool in their tool belt in how to release, okay, versus certain techniques, okay? So we're gonna teach our guys from a systematic approach first and then branch out to specific, okay? And you'll see that in the tape. I'll kind of point that out. There'll be a couple of guys that might be our we had an ex-receiver who, he's about 5'9", 180, really strong kid. He's really fast, but he's not that big, tall guy. I'm gonna really take time working my hands. He can speed release you right now. So I'm not gonna spend time, teaching him as much the hand-to-hand combat stuff as I am, getting a speed release. And so again, you just have to know your personnel, and I think that's really important as you teach receivers. But we like to teach everybody first the system, and then branch out to specifics after we teach that read-release system. Okay, so this system, will take advantage of the DB's leverage. All right, now we classify the DB's leverage into 4 different categories. Okay, number 1, press. Okay, press means that I've got a press corner, press safety, or press DB in my face. He is in my face within 2 to 3 yards, okay, in my cushion, and post-snap, okay, pre-snap, he's 2 to 3 yards. Post-snap, he's getting hands on me, some form or fashion. Could be inside arm jam, outside arm jam. We'll talk about that during the course of the week of what this guy likes to do. If he's an inside arm jam guy, an outside arm jam guy, most guys do it with their inside arm, okay, so they're not giving up an easy slant ball or anything like that. They want you to throw the lower percentage ball, which is outside, okay? So, but they're getting hands on. That's the definition, okay? They're getting hands on. All right, tight catch will be the second technique. Again, 3 out of these 4 are going to look exactly the same pre-snap, but it's going to be different post-snap. Tight catch is going to look just like press. He's 2 to 3 yards, okay, in my face, but the difference is post-snap, he's not playing with his hands. He's not getting hands on me. He's playing with his feet, okay? He's just mirroring me, okay, playing that catch technique. Keeping his shoulders as square as he can, as long as he can, and trying to disrupt timing with his feet, okay? This is a very dangerous technique for receivers to me, because a lot of receivers like to get enamored with sitting at the line of scrimmage and doing this and that. Well, the DB's already won, and he hasn't even done anything, okay? He has won by staying as square as he can, as long as he can, and playing with his feet, okay, and disrupting your timing. Okay, so, and again, he's won. The more you stand at the line of scrimmage do this, the DB's won, because he's messed the timing of the play up. Okay, so again, tight catch, he's not getting hands on, he's square, and he's playing with his feet. Okay, and he's tight pre-snap. All right, number 3, press bail. Okay, now he's 2 to 3 yards in my face. Okay, he can do 1 of 2 things here. Okay, we're saying, okay, if it's press bail, all right, that he can stab, all right, and try to get hands on me, or, okay, he can play catch and then bail, okay? He can stab, try to get hands on me, and then bail, open his butt to the sideline, eyes inside, okay? Or, all right, he can play catch and then open up, okay, butt to the sideline and eyes inside, okay, right there. But he's going to bail, okay? A lot of times you utilize in a cover 3 type coverage, okay? Off catch will be the last one, okay? Off catch. So we've got a DB now who's playing, okay, 5 yards and above, all right? He's playing 6, 7 yards a lot of times. Usually it's a 6 by 1 rule, okay, sometimes 7 by 1, where he's 6 yards off, okay, 1 yard inside. Really, the leverage to me isn't as important, okay, for our release purposes, okay, and per route concept, it gets a little more specific, but for the sake of identifying the technique, okay, if he's off, all right, and he stays square, okay, when the ball snaps, he's not a peddler. He's not a bailer. He's not peddling out of there, okay? As soon as the ball snaps, all right, he's just kind of pat with his feet right there, and he's just trying to play off catch. He's just trying to play catch man from an off technique, okay, where he is staying as square as he can, as long as he can. And once you eat that cushion up, okay, he's going to try to get a reroute, and then he's going to open his hips and run, okay? He's going to let you eat that cushion up, all right? He's going to try to mirror you. He's going to try to drive underneath routes, okay? He's going to really be pat right there, okay, as opposed to pedaling out of dodge. Okay, so those are the 4 techniques that we're looking at: press, tight catch, press bail, and off catch. Okay, now we talked about everything's a vertical, okay, till it's not. We talked about it. Everything is vertical, okay, so I tie that in, okay, with this quick gather step. So our stance and our start are going to play into this. When we take our read releases, okay, and keep in mind with these read releases, okay, they're mainly designed to beat man coverage, okay, to win one-on-one battles. All right, now, not to say we're gonna utilize these every single snap, okay, unless the concept trumps it. Okay, and I always tell our guys the concept will always trump the read release, meaning this. If a concept demands us to take an outside release or an inside release, we don't have a choice, okay, because the concept is always going to trump the read release, okay? But if we get up there and that concept does not tell us that we have to go inside, that we have to go outside, that concept gives us freedom on the release, okay? Then now, there's certain concepts where we say we have to take, it's mandatory, okay? There's some concepts, most of the concepts, we say we would prefer to get the outside, prefer to get the inside. If it's a preferred deal, we'll work the read releases, okay? Whether we know it's man or zone, we're gonna still identify and work it, okay? So again, we're gonna work that per play right there. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is take that quick gather step, okay? So again, talking about everything being vertical, okay? This is big because we're gonna read the DB, okay, post snap. So our receivers, again, are not trained, trained robots. We're just gonna go run these routes, okay? We're gonna read the DB post snap, okay? So as we are in our stance, okay, whether it's press or off, whatever it is, okay, my first step, that gather step, okay, is gonna be a quick vertical step, okay? It's a vertical step and I'm gathering, okay? It's not lateral and back, okay, to where I'm wasting time, okay? I'm gonna take that quick gather step, all right, and in that quick gather step, in that little instance, okay, right there, I'm gonna have some information, okay? Talk about to our receivers all the time, get information every single snap, okay, on that DB, okay? Even if it's a run play, okay, go ahead and simulate or release it, especially if it's man coverage and it's a run play. Simulate or release and get some information on that guy. How's he going to play? Catch. How's he going to play? Press. Okay, how's he playing versus this release? Okay, so as I step, okay, boom, and I take that quick gather step vertical, I'm gaining information right now. Okay, did he put hands on me? All right, first off, pre-step, I've got information. Okay, this could be press, this could be press bail, this could be tight catch. He put hands on me, press. Okay, so I'm going to release a certain way. Okay, catch, I'm going to release a certain way. Oh, he bailed, I'm going to release a certain way. Okay, so I can gain information, okay, right there. And again, that's where that gather step is utilized so that we can gain the information, all right, on that defensive back. Okay, all right. So let's go into it. So we talked about we're going to talk about 2 DB techniques and how we release them today. Okay, this session. So let's talk about first off. Okay, let's talk about press. Okay, starting out. Okay, right here. Okay, so starting out with press. All right. So as we start out with press, what we want to do, all right, is start out really slow. Okay, I don't want to really take a lot of time. All right, right here with, and I'm usually a big time proponent of maximizing reps. I'm all about it, and we're going to maximize reps here in a minute. But I really want to slow this down because I want our guys to understand the hand-to-hand combat it takes to defeat press, okay, and get that taught, okay? So we're going to literally go one at a time so we slow it down, okay? And this drill is not going to be 100%. I'll be the dummy, okay, because I want to be the look guy because I want to give the correct look other than like a scout guy or a student assistant or something like that. I want to be the guy, okay? So right here, the ball, now every single time we do this, I got to give them a route and I got to tell them where the ball is located, okay? Because a lot of things are predicated off that, okay? The ball is going to be inside here. Okay, we're going to run a go route. Now, the way we classify things is every single route that we have has a breaking point. Okay, so our guys got to know the breaking point. Very simple. A route is either going to break in or it's going to break out. Simple as that. That's where we keep it. Okay, our go routes, okay, just by a default, if we're just talking a normal go ball in our offense, is going to be an outside release. Again, going back, we prefer the outside release. Okay, so that breaking point, we're going to classify that as out, okay? So that breaking point is out, okay? If it's a post route, the breaking point's in. If it's a dig route, the breaking point's in. If it's an out route, the breaking point's out. Slant, okay, the breaking point is in, okay? Simple as that, okay? Now, our kids have to know that, okay? Because as they get up to the line, a couple of things are going to be determined by that. Not only in press, but as well as in catch, okay, and off catch, okay? Those are the 3 big ones, okay? Press bell's a little different. Okay, but as we get up there, okay, versus press, okay, we come up here versus press, and we're running a go route, and the ball is in here, okay? The technique we're going to utilize versus press is what we call the L slam rip, okay? The L slam rip, all right? So our first step, okay, we're taking that gather step because we don't know what the DB is going to be. And now in this drill, I'm telling them, okay, because I want them to, again, work the technique. So the first step we're going to take, okay, is that gather step, okay? And that L, okay, is coming next. Now, if the ball is in here, okay, and we're running a go route, okay, we're releasing here, okay, we're releasing out. The breaking point of the route is out. So our guys got to know, okay, this route, the breaking point is out, the breaking point is in. Okay, we're always going to L away from the break point. Okay, we're going to L away from the break point. We're going to protect, okay, away from where we're releasing. Okay, right there. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, this is regardless if it's an inside arm jam or an outside arm jam. It doesn't matter to us. Okay, we're going to protect away from the break point. All right. So as we take that quick gather step, okay, my hands are up to my chin versus press. Okay, boom, I'm taking that quick gather step. That L is coming. Okay, so I've got my L protected. Okay, we want to create that L and we want to protect our body, okay, from getting that jam, regardless if he does it with this arm or this arm, okay, because we don't know that information. Now, we're going to study that during the week, but we want to protect, okay, we want to protect away from that break point, okay, so we don't get knocked off track, okay, so we protect away from that break point, all right, so we don't get any type of shot. So there's the L, okay, so I'm going to protect, okay, right there away. You'll see it with Chris. I'll take you through it, okay, right here. He's got a good stance, okay, and you can see right there. It's a really good job. Boom, there's the L, simple as that. Okay, so I'm just giving him a hand inside. Okay, so there's my L. He's got his hand inside my hand. You want the L inside my arm. Okay, there's the L. Boom, he's got it up. Now, one thing I'd like him to do, again, we're slowing down this drill. I don't want him just to stand there with the L. That L is going to be boom. It's almost like a wax off type deal. We use wax off terminology a little different. Okay, we use that when we're down the field, okay, running a route and a guy is going high on it, so we're going to wax off, okay? So I don't like to double use terms as much as I can. I try to avoid that. So we want, okay, to have that L, and then we're just going to swipe away right there. Okay, just get a quick swipe on that guy, get his hand off. Okay, then his natural reaction, if he's playing press, okay, he's going to want to put that other hand on me. Okay, again, because press is all about trying to disrupt timing with my hands, not my feet. Okay, so his natural reaction is going to be to get that other hand on me. Okay, now if he doesn't, if we get that L off and he just opens the gate, then we're going to take the release right now. Okay, but with DBs, majority of the time, we're going to work that inside arm jam, and then that other arm is about to come on. Okay, so I don't give a great look right here of getting that other arm on. But what we want to talk about now is the slam. That's where the slam comes into play. Okay, so there's my L. Okay, there's my slam right there with that right arm. There's the slam. Okay, two things about the slam, very important. Okay, so we got our L. Boom, I'm taking my gather step. All right, boom, there's my L. Okay, now I'm going to work my slam. Okay, two things about the slam. Number one, it needs to be violent. Okay, it doesn't need to be passive, doesn't need to be soft. It needs to be violent because you got to get this dude's hands off you. All right. Secondly, we're going to aim, okay, at the elbow or the wrist. Okay, we want to aim at that elbow or that wrist. Okay, and even if they don't hit that perfect and they hit kind of in that vicinity right there, all right, at least they're aiming at the right spot. Okay, you're still going to be fine. But the big key is we don't want to hit the fat. Okay, if we hit the fat, all right, we're not going to move this guy's arm. Okay, so if I got my arm out right here to jam and he's hitting the fat, he does that. He might kind of slightly move my shoulder, all right, but he's not going to get that hand off me. Okay, but if he hits that wrist, boom. He hits that elbow, boom. Okay, that arm is moving. It's getting pulled. It's getting taken off my body. Okay, so we want to aim at the elbow or the wrist, okay, right here with the slam. All right, so you can see there's the L, there's the slam, so we get that guy's hand out of the way, and then here comes the rip. Okay, bang. That's simple, okay? Now, here's the deal on the rip, okay? Once we have L, okay, L slam, we're going to bring the rip, okay, to the side we're releasing. Now, here's the deal. You're going to have to coach this early on. Coach it from day one, okay? The rip is not a swim, okay? The rip is not this, okay? If you do that, our chest is exposed. I despise that at receiver because we're going to get rerouted to all get out, okay? We want that L, okay, that slam, and then my rip is going to be tight. It's almost like you're going to grab something out of the cabinet, right? You're reaching there, boom, I'm grabbing something out of the cabinet, okay? I'm reaching quick, or I'm throwing a quick jab, okay? That's what it is. It's tight, okay? It's not this, all right? And you'll see our guys mess it up, okay? Again, this stuff I'm going to show you guys through this system is not going to be just perfect and all that. You're going to see mess ups, okay? I put it all on here for you, okay? Because we're not perfect either. But we're going to work that rip, and we want to aim at that back shoulder blade, okay? So we want to take that shoulder blade and then we want to pull through. We want to use his momentum against him, his aggressiveness against him to get our release. Okay. So once we make that L, okay, and then we get our slam, we're going to rip and pull through. We want to lose him at the line of scrimmage. The whole goal in press, okay, and I've only seen it again. work to perfection just a handful of times, but when it does, it's beautiful. Okay, we want to beat that DB right now. We want to lose him at the line of scrimmage. We want to throw him into the line and get a release right there. Okay, now if we can't do that, accomplish that, and as we pull, okay, or as we rip, all right, and his shoulders turn, okay, that's still good enough, guys. Okay, that's still good enough. A lot of times that's the way it works out. But if we can pull that dude and throw him in the line of scrimmage, that's ideal. Okay, so let's take this from the top. Okay, there's our gather step. Okay, again, I like to be a little more, so don't false step. Again, he's false stepping off his front foot. Okay, there's the L, there's the slam, there's the rip. Okay, right there. Again, that's a good job. He's got the hand on my shoulder blade pulling me through right there. Nice job. Okay, really nice job. Okay, you'll see on this next clip. Okay, here's the L. Okay, pretty good with the L. That's a good job. That's a better job with the L of getting that guy's hand off you. Okay, now here's where the problem ensues. Okay, the slam is really where the rip should be. So he's not going to move me. If I was really jamming this guy, okay, with my arm, like right there, his arm's not gonna be moved because he's hitting the fat. Again, we don't want to hit the fat. All right, we want that. He needs to be aiming lower. Okay, and then the rip on the last phase, okay, is on the lower back. Okay, again, that lower back, that's not gonna pull me through, guys. Okay, that's just gonna tap that lower back. It's not gonna pull me through. Okay, we'll watch a couple more, then we'll get to the next drill of how we drill. So this is how we. Again, I'm kind of taking you through. I want to take you through the indie, through the increments of it. Now I want to take you to the practice and game clips, okay, where it's utilized. So there's the L. Okay, you can see the slam is too wide. All right, we got the slam hitting where the rip is. Okay, we want that slam again, elbow or the wrist, and you can see he's trying to get like a slam. He's slamming with the wrong hand. All right, excuse me, he's ripping with the wrong hand right here. Okay. Excuse me, he's ripping with the right hand. It's just low. It's at the low. He's trying to just slap the low of my back right there. We want that elbow or that hand on that back shoulder blade and pulling through right there. Again, kind of playing the drill again. Telling him, aim at the elbow, aim at the elbow. Okay, let's go to the next drill. Okay, all right, so now we've installed it, we've repped it, we kind of gone one-on-one slow. We just by ourselves. This is at the very beginning, like spring ball, fall camp, when we have the most indie time. We do not have a lot of indie time guys, so a lot of these things through the year and things like that, we coach off the tape. All right, we coach in drill work. You can't just, I think if you lose your indie time, don't just get into just coaching scheme. You still got to coach fundamentals, okay, in my opinion. All right, so now we're going to come together and maximize reps. This is literally hand-to-hand, we call this hand-to-hand combat, okay? And we call it hand-to-hand combat versus press, and we're just going to work it solely versus press, work the L slam rip, okay? So everybody's getting reps right here, okay? You just assembly line it and roll, all right? I think my man number 80 right here is probably one of the better technicians we got. Now his step right there is bull crap right there. He's kind of off balance, but at the same time, he's probably one of our best technical guys with his handwork. He's one of our best route runners. So you can see right there, good L, slam, rip, good. Okay, L, slam, rip. Again, you're working your aiming points here. Okay, good job by number 2 right here. You can see he does a good job. That's a good look by our scout guy. Really good look. You got to coach your guys up. Okay, on the scout look, okay, just your dummy look guys, they got to be coached up on what you want, okay, because again, they're going to be demonstrating for the guy going. So right there, it's a really good job. There's the L, okay, there's the slam, the rip, nice job right there. That's all we want. And again, we're focused on, we don't want the guys necessarily running down the field, okay, right? All we're worried about is the hand-to-hand combat right here. And this is where we're going to get as many reps as possible. We're working L slam, rip, reload, okay, get in the stance. Okay, L slam, rip, pull him through, get in the stance. Okay, we actually, in this drill, I think we had like 3 or 4 minutes in this drill, and we got like 27 reps. Okay, I mean, it was really, really fast. All right, now you can see a couple of guys, they got their back, again, we got to talk about the stance too. We want that back leg to be tighter in our stances. And you can see, L slam, rip, okay, pulling through. Okay, working your technique. All right, L slam, rip. Okay, there it is. Okay, he's working on pulling him through. Again, all I'm telling him too right here is, okay, the ball, all right here, okay, we're taking that release here. The ball is right here. All right, so I tell them all beginning of the drill, the ball's here. We're working a go route, so they know the breaking point, K, is out, and they're working the L away. All right, a couple more here. L, slam, rip, good job by 80 right there, okay? Nice job by number 2. And again, number 2 is a guy, he's a speed guy. So again, I'm not as opposed. See how fast he's going right there? For him, this is kind of where I'll kind of go down the line and talk to each guy about, hey, think about right here, you're a speed guy. I want you thinking about L, slamming and get out of there. I want you thinking about getting out, okay, because you're a speed, quick twitch guy. Where this really helps is maybe some of your maybe your slower guys, no matter how tall, big they are, but some of your slower guys off the ball, this is where you can really, really work that hand-to-hand combat and you can win that, use his strengths to his advantage there and use his hand-to-hand combat to make up for his lack of quickness. Okay, so again, but there's some guys that are speed guys and we want them releasing a lot faster. All right, so that's a good job by him. Okay, now this is getting away from press just a little bit. Okay, this is what we just call our read release drill. Okay, so we just call it read release drill, and we just all we do right here. Now we've progressed to the kind of the third phase of we're gonna let you. This is after I've gone through every single technique. Okay, we're going to let you read it now. Okay, and you got to get some reps at that because you've told them this whole time, hey, it's catch, it's press. Now there could be anything. Okay, so now I can give them anything. So all I'm doing right here is I'm putting up a number. I'm just holding up a number, okay, to our student assistant, just telling him, okay, hey, I want catch, hey, I want press bail, whatever it is. We just signify with numbers, and then this guy's got to read it, and we're just going to work a route. A route of the day. We might just work a simple go ball at first. Then we might get into our dig. We might get into a slam. We might get into something else. Okay, but right here, okay, we're working our go route. Okay, and I've given him press right here. Okay, so now he's got to read it. All right, and again, keep in mind, you can see how fast he's going right here. He's going faster because the live bullets are flying. He's got to read on the run and make a decision. You can see in the other drills we were going a lot slower. Okay, so now, again, I want them to still play with that sense of patience, though, to be able to read this guy. Okay, again, I want the bodies to be moving quick, but the minds to be playing slow. Okay, so right here, okay, you can see he takes kind of a bad gather step. It's not really vertical. And then what's he do? He swims. Okay, now he doesn't L. All right, we don't get an L, and he slams, and then he swims. Okay, so again, that's bad technique right there. It's not a good rep. Okay, going too fast, and that's the first day you do this, you're gonna have guys that, oh man, hold on, what was that technique? They're gonna bust. It's okay, just go back and do it again. All right, so you're gonna see a couple different techniques right here. Again, we haven't hit on all these yet. How we're gonna release each one, but just to show you. Okay, so right here I gave catch technique. Okay, so now he's gonna stem away from his break point. Boom, that's a good job. That's a great job right there. His feet are violent and he's working upfield. That's a great rep right there. Okay, again, that was against catch. Okay, that was against catch. All right, now let's see what we give it. Okay. All right, so here's our gather step. Okay, you can see right there. Not a terrible gather step. I'd like for it to be a little more vertical. As soon as those hands go on, I don't want to panic. Okay, I don't want to panic right there. As soon as those hands go on, boom, there's my slam. I should have already been L'ing. Okay, as soon as I felt those hands go on, because I don't know which arm he's going to jam with. I'm going to work my L, and then I'm going to slam, and then I'm going to work my rip. Okay? All right, here's our big 6'3" guy right here. Okay, did a great job getting low in his stance. Again, and a couple of things, guys, about our indie drills just in general is we as much as possible, and a few of these drills we don't, but I'd say 98% of our drills, we're going to be throwing a ball. All right, and we're going to have a shoot, okay? Because I want our guys to have low pad leverage, and I want them catching as many footballs in practice as possible. I don't want a lot of the most we ever teach is the release stuff. A lot of the other stuff, we're just blowing and going, okay? We're trying to get as many reps as possible. We'll go through some of those drills as we progress in this thing, okay? Great job right there, okay? Great job. There's the gather step. It's vertical. He's playing against catch. He's stemming away, and then he gets back out, okay? Really nice job right there. Really nice job. Okay, so a couple clips to show you on press. All right, so this one, in one-on-one drill, this is one of those ones you dream of where you lose him at the line of scrimmage. There's the L to slam. Okay, it's just quick, and he really didn't even almost have to rip it because he beat him at the line. But what if you'll slow it down to see it? This is what he did great. He knocked his hands off. Okay, even though the L wasn't deliberate, he still had it up. It protected him. Okay, and then what did the DB try to do? Watch his right and left arm right here if you can. Okay, boom, boom. I'll try to freeze it. Bam. There it is right there. Again, as soon as he identified, I can't get my hand on this, my inside arm jam on this dude, he tried to what? Go low and try to get his other hand on it. Well, what Neil did is Neil used his slam technique and watch him slam that arm. As soon as he slammed that arm and got the DB what? Off balance, he's beat. Right now, you didn't even have to rip right here. There it is. There's a slam. Now he's caught with his feet. Again, press technique. he's not going to play with his feet. Okay, he's going to play with his hands. Okay, so right here, okay, there it is, bam, bam. He beats up the line, stacks it, okay, wins the round. Great job. Okay, really nice job using my technique right there. Okay, now, this happened to be a vertical route, okay, from a wide split alignment. We were going to inside release, okay. This is just a kind of a certain type of concept that we were working. Okay, so we went into inside release right here. So now his breaking point has changed. His breaking point is now in, not out. So right here, he's got an L, okay, away from the break point with that left, okay, that left arm. Okay, so as soon, again, now this is a 6'5" kid, okay, and I know if he can get in a low stance, anybody can, because he is the tallest, longest guy we got. Okay, he's doing a great job with his pad leverage, but I want him to tighten that back leg up. Okay, he needs to tighten that back leg up. Okay, he tightens that back leg up. All right, it takes his gather step. What he needs to do right here, okay, he's getting pressed. Now, let's talk about something that we haven't talked about, okay? If you get an inside or outside arm jam, okay, away from your L, okay, very simple, okay, is all it does, okay? Right here, okay, I would like for him to have the L up because I don't know how this dude's going to jam yet, okay? As I take my gather step, I identify and he's getting hands on, I'm still going to have my L away from the break point. Now, the DB jammed, okay, with his inside arm, which was away from my what? My L, okay? So if that happens, okay, all you're going to do is just abort the L and go right into the slam phase. It's just going to accelerate your phase, okay? So you can see right here, Marquise is given a violent slam. Okay, that's why this clip is on here, because he gave a violent slam. Now, he didn't aim, he totally missed his aiming mark. He hit the guy in the face. We're not telling him to hit the guy in the face. We want him to hit the elbow or the wrist, but he ended up hitting the guy in the face, but he did it with such violence it got him open, okay? So I'll let it run right here. But if we get an inside arm jam or outside arm jam away from the L, okay, we're just going to accelerate to the slam phase, okay? We're not going to worry about, oh, what do I do now? We're just going to go right into the slam phase, okay? Because now it's just slam, rip, and let's go to work, okay? Now, you can see right here, there's the slam, okay? It's like a punch, man. I mean, you can see it. He's almost throwing a punch at this guy. Now, again, we're not teaching to hit the dude in the face, but he ends up missing and hitting the guy in the face, okay? But the violence of it is what I like, okay? And again, great job right there. Okay, finishing the play. Okay, really nice job with a violent slam. Okay, now with Quez right here. Okay, Quez is probably one of our best players last year. Like for him to tighten his back leg up. All right. Again, great player. Did a much better job getting his technique better. Got drafted by the Eagles this past in the NFL draft. Really talented kid. Okay, he started to put some technique with his game, which really helped him. Now he needs to tighten that back leg up. Now, keep in mind, these two guys, this is our best corner as well, so these two guys win against each other every day. But we're going to work a double swipe technique right here, okay, to defeat press jam. And I'm talking just that we really call it a jump jam, all right, from that corner where he's all up in your face and he's on those toes and he's about to jump jam. We don't see that a lot in the games, guys, just a few times a year. But in practice, of course, we see it. So if we get that, he's got the right to work what we call a double swipe. You're going to see him kind of work back right here. I'm not a big believer in getting way back, but if you gotta go back to create some room, I'm cool as long as it's fast. It doesn't take you a long time. So I'm good with this. He backs up and it works just a double swipe technique right there. Okay? So all he's doing is really essentially working almost like a double slam. Okay? So he's gonna back up, double swipe, and go right there and stack the guy. What I like the most, okay, is he does a good job of getting his hands off him. Okay? He gets his hands off him with a double swipe, then he stacks him. Okay? That's the next point I want to make, okay? Once we get through all these releases, okay, we teach that guy, okay, to give backfire right there. We want that guy to give backfire and stack and get hip to hip with it. That's when you know you got him beat, okay? We want to stack back and hold. I always say we want to hold that red line, okay? And I know some guys can have that pain on the field. Some guys, can't. But we always talk about that red line being in between our numbers, okay, and our sideline right there. Hold that red line, okay, as long as you can, and let the ball fade you. Okay, we want the ball to fade you, all right? We don't want you to fade so early, because if Quez started fading and he got right here and the ball hadn't been thrown yet, that quarterback's got to be like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady to put that thing right there on the money, okay, every single time. That's a great job stacking. He's holding the red line, and he attacks the ball, finishes the play. Okay, nice job right there. All right, let's talk about press bail. Okay, so now we've talked about press. Now we're going to move on to press bail. Okay, drill it the same way. Okay, so we'll start out, okay, drilling this, okay, mano a mano, all right, it's one guy at a time, okay, against me. All right, so we start getting slow down the technique first, let them see it, let them work it, and then you start to progress, okay, and then we can incorporate that into our group work. Okay, anytime you saw us go across the board right there and kind of partner up, we can work any technique we want once we get it taught, okay? At that time, we get more reps at it. Now, right here, okay, we're working press bail. So this is where, again, I've got a DB that's pressing my face, or he's tight at my face. He's either going to press, okay, or play catch, and then he's going to bail butt to the sideline. Okay, so here's the way we release this. Okay, if we get press bail, okay, very simple. We're going to take our gather step, okay, if we get press, okay, we're going to work our L away from the break point because we don't know. Okay, remember, if we're in a game, we don't know if he's playing press or press bail. We're not sure of that yet. So we're going to work our L to get his hand off. Okay, if he stays pressed, we're going to L slam rip. Now, if we L, okay, and he bails, okay, we're attacking the blind spot tight and fast. That's the way we release press bail. Okay, so we're going to find this blind spot and attack it tight and fast. Okay, couple coaching points on this. Okay, you can see right here with Neil. All right, he's looking right now. Oh, it looks like catch. Maybe I'm going to stem away. I take my gather step. That's a good job. He's not false stepping. That's a pretty good job. And now he sees the bail. He's going to attack it. Look at that. There ought to be a change of acceleration when he sees the back. Okay, when you see that DB turn his back, there ought to be a change of speed right there, a change of gear. And I tell our guys, it's like when you see that, it's blood in the water. Okay, because you can't guard what you can't see. Okay, so go and take that blind spot as fast as you can. Stress that DB out. Okay, and now once you get in the peak over your shoulder right there, okay, you can run whatever route you want. Okay, obviously we'll have a route called, okay, curl, whatever it is. Okay, but you're going to really stress it when you attack that blind spot. Now here's the key: we want to attack it fast, like we talked about. Now we want to attack it tight. See how there's not much air right there? It's a pretty good job of closing that ground. I want to attack it tight because a lot of times I see guys, when they get that blind spot, they start to drift, okay? And that cover 3 corner he's splitting the difference between 1 and 2 right there. And now he's widened you without even playing press or anything. He's made you widen just by default. So why widen and allow that guy, okay, allow that quarterback to have to make a perfect throw out there, right, as opposed to staying tight and hugging, okay, that back blind spot, and he's feeling you. But he's also got probably a number 2 receiver working in there too. So now you've really stressed him out, okay? Because now he doesn't know. You might be breaking on a comeback route, okay? You might be breaking on a curl route, all right? And he's feeling that every single time, okay, whizzing by his back. Okay, so we want that guy to really get influence, and we're hoping by us being tight and fast right there, maybe he'll turn his head, okay, that way, and then we can sit down a route, or we can go by him on a go ball. Okay, and I'll show you a few clips of that. So again, we're gonna rep this. Okay, again, this is a pretty good job right here. Okay, good job. He's stemming away. He thinks it's catch, and then he's going to work the blind spot. Now the only thing right there, boom. Okay, I want him just to be a little tighter. All right, he's a little too wide for me right there. Now that's the look you want. You want to get that. You want to get that guy's head around. That's what you want. As soon as his head goes around, okay. Now this guy has been bailing, turning his head, and having to run. Okay, who's going to be faster, that guy or a guy running in a straight line? Okay, the guy running in a straight line, okay? Or the guy that runs in a straight line then sits it down. When I'm looking over my shoulder, he sits it down right here. There's no way that I can recover and make a play on that, okay? So again, I'll show you a few more releases here. Again, you got to be ready to get his hand off if he does jam you with press. Good job, tight and fast. You see how tight he was right there? And that's it right there. See, he's almost slapping my hand. Okay, that's a really nice job, okay, of how tight he is. Okay. Boom, good job stemming away. Okay. Catch, again, he thinks it's catch it first, stems away, and then again, attacks that blind spot. Really nice job. Really, really nice job. Okay. All right, now let's go to some application of it. Okay, so right here, one thing I want to point out, this is a really good walk-on for us, okay? He's a great kid. He's got some talent to him. He'll do everything he's coached to do. Probably, again, not as talented as maybe some of our DBs and stuff like that. But again, what I love about this read-release system, okay, is I think just about every wideout coach in America has that receiver in his room that may not be the most talented, but he is the most coachable. And he's hanging on every word you say. And this is one of those kids. Okay, if I said, hey, you're going to go run this post route through that wall over there, he's probably going to go do it. Okay, because he's just that coachable. All right, he's a great kid. So he really buys into the read releases and how we're doing it, and he wants to do it to a T. So you're going to see him right here utilize this technique. All right, but what my point is, you can take a guy who may be a lesser talented player, give him this read release structure, okay, and now you've equipped him with something he can use to get open, as opposed to, again, I never want our receivers to go to the line of scrimmage and not have a plan. Okay, I want them to go to the line, have a plan. Okay, I don't want to tell him, if it's press, man, you got to get his hands off. No. How are we going to get his hands off? L slam rip. Okay, if he plays press bell, man, you got to get a release right there. How? Okay, we want to teach our guys the why and the how. And this kid right here is totally bought into that, and you're going to see it affect. He's playing against a scholarship, second team DB right here, a 3-star out of high school, really good player. Okay, and this is our walk-on X. Okay, again, really, he's got some talent to him, but he is a heck of a kid and a hard worker, and he's detail oriented. So the only thing right here I don't like, first off, is the foot fire. Okay, I don't mind a foot fire if you're taking a gather step. I don't mind if you foot fire with it as long as it's vertical. I don't want a foot fire, okay, in one spot, because then, again, I'm just defeating the purpose of the whole thing because I'm not getting off the line of scrimmage. Okay, so take a good gather step. As soon as he saw this, okay, now he identified his press bail right now. He smells blood in the water. Okay, so he's attacking right there. You see right there, okay, he is digging. You see him. Again, he's taking coaching. Okay, he's not a 4-4 kid, okay, but guess what? He played really fast right there because he's taking coaching. He sees the blind spot. He's trying to eat it up, okay? He's trying to eat it up tight and fast. So he eats it up tight and fast right there to that DB's blind spot, okay, gets him turned around and gets him running, okay, and then sits it down. It's a great job right there, a great route, okay, by that kid. Okay, again, great job taking coaching, okay? Same deal. Good job. Now, I don't like the false step. Again, foot is too far back, and I don't like the false step, okay, right there. But you can see, all right, he's still being patient with that gather step. He's still wanting to see what this DB does. As soon as he sees this, he is smelling blood in the water. Okay, so right here, he's going to run his curl route. Okay, again, he's tacked the blind spot. He's tacked it fast, and he's attacked it tight. Okay, right now, okay, his eyes are solely on that quarterback. We could go pie him. We could go post. We happen to have a curl route on right here. We still get separation. Okay, that's what we want. It's a great job coming back to the ball. Okay? All right, right here, okay, I want you to check out down here at the bottom. Okay, check out down here at the bottom. So we've got press. Quez has done a good job. Again, I like his hands to be a lot higher to his chin, but his hands are higher than the DB's hands, okay, which is a plus. But again, I want him to the chin so we can avoid that jam. All right, back foot needs to tighten up a little bit, okay? But you can see what I like right here now. Okay, that gather step, I don't like the false step of it, but I like the patience of it without being taken too long, okay? You see right here, he takes that gather step to read what's going to happen. Is it catch? Is it press? Is it press bail? He identifies right now, that is press bail, coach. So right now, he's going to use his speed and take up the slack, okay, and eat up, okay, the blind spot. So right here, there it is, okay? He sees his press bail. He eats up the blind spot right now. Good. Nice, tight and fast. Probably, to me, widens just a little too much, okay? But right there, you can see him eating up that grass. I'd like to stay a little tighter so we're not getting widened out here, okay? But you can see, all right, he's eating up that blind spot right there. All right, up top, again, this is just kind of off and up. We'll talk about off catch later on. And again, they end up going zone right here. It was a good job by our X, okay, working versus off catch. He's stemming away. He's running away from his break point. Okay, runs away, boom, it breaks it back in. Okay, that's a really nice job on that route as well. Okay, again, it ended up being zone, but again, he thought it was tight or off catch technique, okay, by that DB. So right here, okay, versus UTEP. Okay, you're gonna see us down our back stack guy right here. You're gonna see press bail technique right here. Now, a couple things on this one. All right, he does a good job identifying it. I just wish, and the speed is good. I just wish that he would have stayed a little. You can see right here, we still get separation, but we want to stay a little more to this blind spot, okay? So again, he does a good job. He's got time and distance on his side because he's stacked, okay? So right here, he sees the bail, great. He knows right now, okay, and he's running a curl route, okay? He knows he is going to attack. He is trying to eat that blind spot up fast and tight. So here he goes, okay? He's using good speed, okay? But again, right there, that's where I think he kind of, he could have been a little crisper with this, is you can see he's in front. He's kind of in that peripheral vision of that DB. We want him there. we want you right there, right behind in that blind spot right there. We want you tight so that, again, that DB's looking for you, okay? So, again, I feel like this DB, he can see him. Now, he does a great job with his speed and send it down. We still create separation right there because we ate the blind spot up with speed. I just want to eat it up, okay, to the backside there, okay? All right? Okay, this one up top right here, okay? So we're going to throw a go ball, okay, right here. Again, Quez, a little, his back leg is a little too far back, all right? But at the same time, all right here, he does a great job of identifying technique. Okay, gets a little wide on this one, but what I like is I want to show you how attacking the blind spot hurts that press bail technique. Okay, again, our first step we take, that's a better gather step. It's going vertical. I'm cool with that. That's better. Now he identifies right now, man. This is press bail. Instead of inside releasing this, doing anything, I'm going to the blind spot right now because I know that's where my advantage is at. The DB's going to be late to the party. Okay, so he goes right now. He said, look at the speed. And you can see right here, there's the speed. What does it do? It forces the corner to turn his head because he felt the speed, okay, of his blind spot being attacked, okay, with great speed, okay? And what do? We drive a car. We're always looking at our blind spot too, right? We got to turn and look at our blind spot because we can't see that car coming in our mirror, right? It's no different, okay? That DB's dropping. He's got a blind spot. If he can't see or feel, okay, that receiver, okay, that's eating up that blind spot cushion, he's got to look for him. Okay, and he's going to look over his shoulder. So, again, we've got a 4-3 guy, okay, a really fast guy, all right, going against a corner who has press bailed and then turned over his head, okay, to try to find that receiver and then try to make a play. I think we have the advantage. Not saying every time we're going to make the play, but we have the advantage in this instance, okay? So there it is. He eats the grass up, okay? And earlier we were kind of talking about those second-level terminology. You know, if we get a guy that's jamming us down the field high, we're going to wax off, okay? If he's hitting us low, we're just going to swipe down. Okay, so we swipe down right here is a good job. Okay, by Quez with a swipe down. And again, he's doing his best to hold the line. I wish he'd be a little bit tighter. Okay, but again, we've got in a position here. Okay, and that's really number 11. The corner really does a good job of staying in phase based on bailing, turning over his head, running. I mean, that's almost as good as you can do. But again, he can't run all that way and then track the ball. It's very difficult to do. A couple of great corners can do it, of course, but it's hard for him to press bail, turn over his shoulder, run, track the ball, make the play. You're asking a guy to do a lot of stuff right there. Okay, so the great job by Quez attacking the blind spot and going at high point the football right there. Okay, we could track it a little earlier than that guy could. Okay, really nice job. Okay, guys, I hope this helps. I hope that you guys have taken something from this. We're going to talk about a lot of other things as we come into these other sessions, but that's our read-release system part 1, talking about defeating press and press bail, as well as talking about our stance and start. Hope you guys can take something from that, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for tuning in.